The work is never finished with the Naira track maintenance crew here on the inner track at the Big A. But the sun was out. The inner track golden brown listed as fast from about 10 a.m. this morning. And today, for the first day in quite some time, it started to feel like December. Much colder, a lot windier, but we're nice and warm in our second floor clubhouse studios. Good to have the Mig, Richard Migliore, back. A little two-day freshening for you. Jason Blewitt alongside. And last Saturday before the 5-day Christmas break.
Yeah, nice little break. I'm looking forward to it, even though I already had a couple days off. But, you know, I was thinking about it. It's not that cold, but because we haven't had any cold weather at all, we had no chance to acclimate, so it feels a lot colder to me.
Definitely. Feels like it's 25 outside, not 40 or 42. Anyway, California Chrome breeze this morning. It was a lot warmer than 42 and certainly nowhere near 25 on the other side of the country as the Derby and Preakness winner from 2014 got real serious today, 3/4 and 13 and 4. He is inching ever so close to his 5-year-old debut.
Yeah, it just feels like Art Sherman is the maestro, and he's building this horse's works to that crescendo. I love the way he looks working. I like the way he pops to his right lead. He just looks so comfortable and does things so easily. I think we're starting to see the California Chrome that we saw through that Triple Crown period when he was just so good. And then, honestly, was quite mismanaged. The ownership got a little too involved, but I think he's on the right track, and I'm sure they're allowing Art Sherman to call the shots. It's going to be good to see him back in the starting gate.
He's one of Racing Stars and one of the big dogs looking ahead of that 2016 handicap division. And will there come a date where he'll meet Moreno? And no, we're not kidding. This isn't an April Fool's joke. Moreno on the work tab today at Los Al, breezed a half in 47 and change. Here's his Whitney win in 14.
Wow, this was, you know, obviously the race of his life this day. A good, consistent horse who possesses speed. But am I wrong, or did I remember reading he was retired?
Done. Went off for him. Didn't run well in his title defense in the 15 Whitney. He's a gelding. Connection said, that's it, we're pulling the plug. He's not into it anymore. And, well, I guess they had a change of heart. I don't know.
You know, it's really hard to understand or know what's going on behind the scenes. You just hope that whatever decisions they make, it's always with the horse's best interest at heart.
Yeah, we like that. Well said there, Mig. As we head down to Gulfstream Park, we'll wrap up headlines. Don't know what the figure will be. I would imagine it'll be a lofty buyer at that for XY Jet. 3-year-old stepping up, meeting olders. Absolutely drilled the field back in the 4th race at the Gulf today, the 63rd Mr. Prospector.
Wow, what a performance. I mean, he just drilled a good field of sprinters like it wasn't a race. He was just he was solo. It was a workout by that household name of a sire, Cantharos. I don't know who he is. Who is he?
Cantharos only ran 2 or 3 times. I think he's by Lionheart. And was a 2-year-old for Stone Street and Asmussen. I think he broke his mane to Churchill, may have won the Bashford Manor, came to Saratoga, didn't run in the Sanford, ran in the Special, won that race by 10, and then got hurt and was retired after that.
Okay, see, I knew you would have the answers. I'm looking at it going, I don't know this Cantharos, but maybe I need to know him, because if XY Jet is any indication of the kind of horses he's throwing, that was a freak performance.
And Jorge Navarro lost Private Zone. It looks like he's got a replacement, at least in races going 3/4 to 6.5 with XY Jet. And by the way, we'll recap all the Gulfstream Stakes from Saturday on the Racing Report, but let's not rush this show. And certainly the Sunday card here at the Big A, which may or may not feature a Pick 6 carryover. The 110th running of the Queens County anchored the entire program. The inner was fast, and Travis Stone had the call.
It was a good start for Tommy Macho. Financial modeling for that outside post sent hard out after that lead and quickly establishes it. Opens up to lead by 2. Angled over toward the rail. With that, Tommy Macho moves up on the outside in second. Turco Bravo is away third on the far outside. Then it's Migliore, Kid Cruz, and Desvelos at the back. So into the clubhouse turn they go. And financial modeling cruising up top. Opens up a 2.5 length advantage. Tommy Macho content back in second. About 3 lengths behind around that first turn. And then it's Migliore on hold third toward the rail. Turco Bravo's in the clear fourth. 2 more lengths back to Kid Cruz and 4 back to Desvelo. 24 flat the first quarter. Up the backstretch and financial modeling. Arado Ortiz Jr. fostering out his speed. They lead by 3 lengths with 5 furlongs to go. And then it's Tommy Macho back waiting in second. Turco Bravo continues in the clear while third. Migliore is getting closer toward the inside fourth. Kid Cruz at the back of that second flight fifth, 5 lengths behind Financial Modeling with a half mile to go, and 5 more back to Desvelo. 48 flat for the half. They're on the far turn now. Financial Modeling still up top. Leads by 2. Tommy Macho asks for more speed. Coming after Financial Modeling, length and a half to make up. Farther back, it's Migliore third toward the rail. Turco Bravo. Kid Cruz is winding up from the back. Still 5 lengths to make up, though. Quarter mile to go. Financial Modeling is off the turn. The whip is out on Tommy Macho. 2 lengths to make up. Top of the stretch now. And Financial Modeling is shaken up on that lead. Kicks away to lead by 3, now by 4. Tommy Macho grinding away in second. Kid Cruz on the outside in third. But it's Financial Modeling with a 5-length lead at a 16th to go. And Financial Modeling goes coast to coast in the Queens County. Wins by 3.5. Tommy Macho second. Kid Cruz was third. Migliore was fourth.
Wire to wire, 4-year-old by Street Sense. He's gotten healthy, took advantage of what we think was the better part of the racetrack on this Saturday card, and Financial Modeling had everybody at their mercy after making the point into the first turn.
Yeah, I 100% believe the inside was where you wanted to be, and speed was a premium. You wanted speed. The race was won in the first 16th of a mile when Irad Ortiz was aggressive with Financial Modeling, was able to clear the 4 Tommy Macho, who was the other speed. Basically, school was out.
Chad Brown's done a nice job along with his assistant, Cherie DeVoe, and Irad Ortiz. Not only does he get the winner's share of the $60,000 purse, he got to talk to the MIG after getting off Financial Modeling.
Irad, you're awful clean. Was it the plan to go right to the lead?
Yeah, first thing I want to say thanks God and the trainer and owner for giving me the opportunity to win this horse. And the trainer say, go to the lead. So we warm him up good, and that was the plan. We put him in the lead, and he relaxed so good for me. You know, his saddle, and when I asked him, he was there, he was ready. You know, Chad Brown did a great job with the horse. He got something in the tank.
Well, speaking of Chad Brown, the relationship you have with him, how much confidence do you have when you're riding a Chad Brown horse?
I mean, he got a lot of good horses, and, you know, he's a nice trainer too. And he brings me some confidence in the horses. He asked me what I think. We see it. He told me what he thinks, and we try to do the best thing for the horses.
The horse won with you last time. He won again this time. Do you think he's improving?
Yes, usually he win last time in grass. First time grass with Chad Brown, and you know, he win like a grass horse, and today he going back to there, and he did it very impressive, and I think the horse is improving.
Horse is versatile like his jockey.
You know, thanks God I got good horse. I can show what I got, and, you know, I try to do the best every time.
Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
And who knows, maybe Chad and Irad will be sitting close at what might be an Eclipse Award dinner with both of those guys as finalists. Obviously, Irad for champion jockey, Chad for champion trainer. And just as a record of note, Chad surpassed $20 million in purse earnings for the year a few days ago, and the stake today, the Queens County, I wanted to call it the evening attire, the Queens County was his 200th win on the year.
Just a breakout year, and you got to think, I mean, it's doubtful that either one of them will get the Eclipse Award this year. Not that they didn't have Eclipse Award deserving kind of years. It won't be long before both of them have that Eclipse Award on their mantle.
All right, let's backtrack, Mig. Race number 3 on the program, and other than 3/4 on the main track. First half of this card basically dominated by one-turn sprints, and here's the man upstairs, Travis Stone, from the gate.
And they're off. Marble Falls for the outside between the lines, and drumroll is there. Reverend Green on the far outside asks for more speed. 83 tries to come up on through 2 up the backstretch, and it is Marble Falls with a narrow lead. Drumroll second at inside. Reverend Green keeping pace on the outside. Up for third. 83 is now fourth. Fortuitous Path in the clear, racing fifth. Between the lines is down inside sixth. On tap and Spartiatus at the back. It's Tight Pack racing out of the far turn. Drumroll has come on through to take the lead and throws down a quarter in 22 and 3. On the far turn, drumroll shows the way, half length clear. Marble Falls second at outside. Between the lines is locked and loaded, third toward the rail. Reverend Green spun out wide, so too Fortuitous Path, who's 4 paths off the rail. 83 is right in behind that first flight as they turn for home. Drumroll trying to go all the way up top. Between the lines, kept pinned toward the rail by Reverend Green, but he muscles his way through, and he's coming after Drumroll. Drumroll in front by 1. Between the lines on the outside continues to grind away, and on the far outside. 83 is coming with a late bid, too. 16th left. Between the lines is Khan to take the lead away from Drumroll. Final try from 83. Between the lines, the winner. 3/4 of a length, 83 second. Drumroll. Spartiate is farther back with Reverend Green.
Classic inner-track ride. Young Eric Consell hasn't ridden too many races on the inner, but that's how you do it. Pocket, two-path, and get your picture taken.
And on the right horse, Between the Lines, Joe Lustrito's got this horse hitting on all cylinders. He loves the inner track, and he did get that perfect inner track ride. Save ground. It's so important on the inner track. If you save ground, you're going to win a lot more races. He was able to force his way out for room, but did it the right way without bothering a horse. You know, he had a little incident the other day. I told him today, put it behind you. You take your 3-day suspension, learn from it, and you go on. And rides like that show me that's what he's doing.
Some good advice. Tough New York bred. If I read the footnotes, and maybe a New York bred who's just coming into his own. There's been some layoffs in the past with that horse, and it seems like he's going healthy and going pretty good. And talk about the Queens County and some of the tough warhorse handicap runners we've had with us over the winters at the Big A. Well, going back a few years, it was a rite of December that the old gray gelding evening attire showed up in the Queens County. You're on Balto Star in the lead. He's about to run you down in 01.
Yeah, why'd we have to watch this one where I get beat? Can't we ever watch races that I win? But now Balto Star ran great this day. Evening attire. My buddy Sean Bridgman on board running me down. But just, you know, we knew he was good at that time, evening attire. Nobody realized how good he really was and how the longevity he was going to have.
$2.9 million in the bank, and that run in 01 would set up 5 altogether Queens County attempts, and here he is 6 years later winning the Queens County in 07 for a second time.
And you just love the way he used to get to the outside and find another gear. And he didn't even change leads this day. And there were days he wouldn't, but he just kept going forward. The race that someday I hope we show when he beat me in the Saratoga Cup when I rode a horse called The Breeze, was home and cooled out, and here he came like a steam train.
And did you know it was him?
And I didn't until he ran by me, and
right.
Then I saw that big gray horse. And actually, I was by Aikendale Farm this morning, where he is in Pauling, where he's living out his retirement. And Tim Kelly found his Jockey Club Gold Cup blanket, and I dropped it off there to Erin Pfister, who runs Aikendale, and they were very appreciative.
Oh, that's really great. Reunited with that 2001 Gold Cup blanket. Of course, he'd be a short price that year in the Breeders' Cup Classic. What a horse. One of our all-time favorites who has his namesake on the inner track and will have the evening attire sometime early on in 2016 as it's gotten dark outside. Just like this first segment, Mig and I are back on Insider.
Now you can enjoy your favorite pro and fantasy football teams while playing the races in style as Longshots welcomes back NFL Sunday Ticket. With over 400 HD TVs, 270 individual carols, a full-service sports bar and food menu, Longshots is the place to catch all the great racing and football action. So come on out, bring your friends, bring your league to Longshots, located on the 2nd floor at Aqueduct.
We'd like to wish all the racing fans a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us in the NYRA Jockeys Room at Aqueduct Racetrack.
Tim Kelly and Eddie Brown, good guys. They run a tight ship down in the room, and I don't know if they're featured in the 2016 NYRA calendar, but I do know we have a Triple Crown winner in the form of American Pharaoh, Tonalist, so many highlights, a late stocking stuffer at the Big A for all of you on Saturday, December 26th.
We didn't let Eddie Brown say anything.
I know. I wanted. Eddie's a great storyteller. How long have you known Eddie for?
Well, over almost 35 years. Mm-hmm. When I first walked in the room, he was the jockey valet for Jerry Bailey, amongst many others, Santos, a lot of great riders. Jeffrey Fell when I first came around, and now he works in the room.
And he's a great guy.
He's terrific.
Yeah, Eddie B's all right. As we move on to race number 6, and we'll throw it to a guy who's okay, too, Travis Stone. And we always say the flowers, they're always in bloom here at the Big A. Even on days when it's 40 degrees and windy, they're off and running in the opening leg of the late pick 4.
Those 3 fastest out of the gate. And Malibu Action comes on through to take the lead up the backstretch. Moon Over Beauty running in 2nd. Wild Impulse is 3rd. Hot Squad on the outside is away 4th. Biavian comes on to be 5th toward the rail. I Swear I'll Behave is back in 6th by 5 to Kangaroo Power. My Man Sam. And at the back, it's 2nd Street. Up the backstretch they go. And the favorite Malibu Malibu Action onto the far turn, holding on to that lead. Moon Over a Beauty pushed on the outside to keep up in second quarter, 23 and 2/5 seconds. Biavian is getting closer, honing in third toward the inside. Wild Impulse is 3 wide of the outside in fourth, and behind is I Swear I'll Behave, Kangaroo Power making progress toward the rail. Hot Squad is wide off the turn. My Man Sam in behind, and second straight. They're off the turn now. Malibu Action is in front, trying to open up a length and a half on Moon Over a Beauty. Wild Impulse down the center of the track and toward the rail. Biavian, furlong to go, and Malibu Action is driving on a 2-length lead. Moon Over a Beauty keeps on plugging away, a length behind, 100 yards left. Malibu Action needs that wire. Here comes Moon Over a Beauty with a final surge to get there. Moon Over a Beauty upsets Malibu Action. Farther back, Biavian, Wild.
Good finish down to the wire between the two speeds, and just there's no quit whatsoever. 31-40 between horse and rider with Moon Over a Beauty.
Moon Over a Beauty, well prepared by Richard Violette and the connections, the people in the barn. But how about Aaron Grider? He rode this horse as hard as you could ride one from the half-mile pole to not let the 4-horse Malibu Action get away from him, and just kept coming. And I think all of Aaron's physical skills were on display there. A lot of guys might have got tired. He finished strong, and he got the money.
Colt by Malibu Moon, a homebred for Len Riggio out of a dam whose name is Over a Beauty, and she is a full sister to Tappet. So you do get some quality in the pedigree, and we'll see what that horse can do moving forward as Malibu Action will come back and be a short price once again. And we, as they continue to work on the track on a chilly Saturday evening in Queens, send it back up to Travis for the calls and stretch runs of 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 9.
Come true in behind in fifth, top of the stretch. Here Sir kicks away. Here Sir opens up by 2.5 off the turn. Smiling John is full out but is losing ground to Here Sir, who sails by the 8th pole. Now clear by 4. Here Sir leaves Smiling John behind. Dreams do come true. Late rally on the outside, but under the wire it is Here Sir from start to finish to win it by 3. And Dreams do come true got second from Smiling John, who checks in third. Black on the outside of Awesome Gent, these two off the turn together. Hopper Droppers trying to find racing room, angles over toward the rail. New York Zips coming down the center of the track, heading for the 8th pole. Awesome Gent with something left, opens up by 3. Hopper Dropper, New York Zip, Jet Black in between those two, but they're racing for the finish, and Awesome Gent, sharp in victory here, wins by 6 on the wire. New York Zip second, Jet Black and Hopper Dropper. The speedy Black Doblin to catch off the turn, holding on to a 2-length lead. Here's Adventist on the outside, putting in a bid, though. The half was 46 and 2. They're off the turn, and Adventist has gone right on by Black Doblin. Time Will Tell is wandering about the track back in third. Biography is fourth on the outside. There's a 16th left. Adventist has taken over, and Adventist has kicked away in a big way. It's going to win by 9 or 10 lengths on the wire. Second will go to Time Will Tell. Late run from Tippett, then it's either Karate or Black Dublin. Then 2 lengths to make up as they turn for home. They're stacked across the track. Wild Zambezi, Irish Cat. Change Will Do Good on the far outside. Tiz Quick is getting on track 2. Backside of the Moon is rallying toward the rail. 1 furlong left. Wild Zambezi fights back for a narrow lead. Change Will Do Good. These two come together. Tiz Quick keeps on grinding away. Here comes Tiz Quick on the outside. Wild Zambezi, Change Will Do Good. Tiz Quick trying to catch him late, and he does. Tiz Quick up in time. Wild Zambezi second. Change Will Do Good, and Backside of the Moon. Reef Coast there too. Canada Desire cuts the corner off the turn. 5 lengths to make up, and Little Popsy to catch as they straighten away. Little Popsy leads by 3, now by 4, now by 5 with 1 furlong left. Roman Revival second. Canada Desire in between is Mellow Groove. Andrew's got Zip on the outside, racing to the finish, and Little Popsy, sharp today, wins by 4 in the end. Canada Desire got second. Roman Revival and Mellow Groove from 5th. So they come off the turn. The Bunny Phone comes away with the lead. Shane Vita Livonia is coming up on the outside, and on the far outside it's Roaring Vixen. Sputtering is Corinthians Joy toward the rail. Not Amused couldn't sustain the run. There's 1 furlong left, and Bunny Phone to catch. Leading by 3 over Shane V. De Livonia in second with a 16th to go. And it's the Bunny Phone, still clear by 2. Shane V. De Livonia is trying to make it interesting late. Runs out of time, though. The Bunny Phone wins. Shane V. De Livonia was second by another 6 or 7. Then it was Roaring Vixen. Good effort from...
It almost goes without saying, and this has been the case over the last month and change at the Big A, Mig. We wrap up the highlights and we go, well, before we get to the second look, we've got a pick six carryover waiting for you tomorrow.
Yeah, nice to have these carryovers because you come out to the races, you have a good time, and who knows, maybe you have a life-changing score. In this case, you know, make Christmas a little sweeter.
I would say a little sweeter. 26 large, the carryover. The pool will be much bigger than that. Race number 4 is the starting point tomorrow afternoon. And let's go to the second look with Cappy, and we'll check out the first division of the 2-year-old sprinting maidens. We already looked at the winner of the 6th race for Rick Blewitt. Here is Adventist, a firster by any given Saturday, who, man, he looked solid in this one.
He really did. I mean, he was on the hard chase. Didn't look that comfortable doing it either early on. Like, maybe he doesn't really want to sprint. But, boy, when he found his stride in the stretch, you saw Irad Ortiz get after him, kind of shake him up, but then wrap up on him late. And he galloped out like a horse that's going to appreciate more distance. Very impressed. Good job by Leah Giamatti.
Who's also got in a quality, a colt by Quality Road, who we think is okay. Jeff Treadway moving forward to the Jerome Withers and perhaps Gotham. We'll see what they do. And happy birthday to Manny Franco. 21 years old today. And, man, oh, man, did he celebrate his 21st birthday in style. A hat trick on this Saturday card. Irad Ortiz, as has been the case, picked up a pair of victories as well. Trainer standings, we had 9 different trainers through 9 races. Gary Contessa continues a good run, scored in the nightcap with Manny Franco, and the Funny Bone maiden claimer that stretched out successfully in distance. Bruce Levine had a win today, and Chad Brown, of course, won what was probably the 1,000 stakes win of the season with Financial Modeling in the Queens County. Fairly quiet in the claim box. Wow, George Weaver went back in. He had lost court to Linda Rice last February at Gulfstream. Went back in for him today alongside owner Matthew Shera. And Andrews Got Zip, claimed by David Jacobson. I promise Mig has not walked off the set. We've got plenty to talk about, including 2 solid stakes. New York breds really under the spotlight in the Sunday preview.
Off, or James, drop off whoever you are. Okay. Hi, I'm Jose from Naira TV, and from all of us here in the truck, enjoy this wonderful time of the year. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
All right, there's the boys down in the truck, a good crew. I don't like that Islander hat on Jason Bycheck. I'd rather that be a Rangers hat, but he wouldn't be caught dead in Rangers blue. But a good crew in the truck, and hey, man, Sundays are fun days with that 10% winner's bonus and, of course, the pick 6 carryover.
Yeah, pick 6 carryover, you hit a pick 3, you're going to have a little extra bonus on top of it. And you know I love the boys in the truck, but how about those mugs?
Yeah, yep. They looked all right. Jose did a good job with the mic, and, of course, Tom and the other JB sitting behind him in that second row. Now, we move on, and we'll get to the first of a couple previews on the show. As far as the entire country this weekend, and here's the quick keys to the race, Baronix Bank, I think, is the most interesting horse this weekend in the United States. She was dominant at Penn. She'll make her New York debut tomorrow. She's got a pace edge on paper. And Rudy Rodriguez seems to have the only other horse in the race that could make it a race. Here is a look at Baronix Bank at Penn National, who I mean, she looks like a gorilla down there.
Yeah, she's a freak. Listen, I know people are going to say, what's she beaten? It's Penn National. She's fast. She's in a league by herself, and she may just do the same thing here tomorrow. Now, any horse can lose. Things happen. You stumble at the brake. Something goes wrong. But she looks like a layover here. And talk about a beautiful long filly as she streaked through the wire there. She could be extremely special.
And here is Rudy Rodriguez's Frosty Margarita dropping out of the Key Sense victory. If Baronix Bank, for whatever reason, doesn't ship well to the Big Apple, here's your second choice. And really, she is the only other horse that wouldn't be an absolute insane upset.
No, this is a real nice filly, and I'm sure when you enter in a spot like this, you're going, wow, you know, I got the goods. And then you look over, and there's a filly like Baronix Bank in there. The one thing is she's drawn just outside of her, and Irad Ortiz can be very aware if anything does go wrong with Baronix Bank and take advantage of it. It's nice when your main competition is drawn next door to you, because if something does go wrong, you're right there to take advantage.
And I know Peter Kazimias, the owner and breeder of Baronix Bank, and he's bred some okay horses like Green Grotto here and there, shopping her around. 7 figures, the price. No taker so far. We'll see what she's made of joining New York breds here tomorrow afternoon. Race number 8. Not a state-bred restricted race as we look at the keys, and it's certainly a softer spot for Captain Sirius, named for Jonathan Taves of the Blackhawks. Me Want to Rose stumbled so badly last time. Will he pull a cleaner trip today or tomorrow? And Lulu, for David Jacobson, is he better out of town? Is he better on a wet track? Here's Captain Serious. He's just way the horse to beat.
Way the horse to beat. And, you know, unfortunately, he's run down here. But look how game he is in the Hudson. I mean, and that's Palace beating him. Palace, no slouch by any measure. And Captain Serious is 1 for 1 on the inner track. He looks like he's controlling speed from the outside. And, of course, pay attention to how the track's playing, because if speed's good, that's where you want to be.
Number 1, Migliore Rose. They broke. He went forward and lost a little position from that point on.
Well, it stumbled not once, not twice, but 3 times. Johnny Velasquez did a good job of staying in the middle. And then I think he spooked himself. And sometimes when a horse stumbles or gets bumped, they actually kind of panic and they ran off. And you could see he starts running off a little bit with Johnny, doing more than he'd like to after that stumbling beginning. But I thought he did real well to hang in there as long as he did.
And his overall body of work on the inner track's pretty solid, as David Jacobson sends out I Love Lulu. Pretty tough New York bred, and this is a horse that's paid dividends off a $40,000 claim. Is he a little better out of town? And obviously, he loves the sloppy track.
Well, I think he is, and I think he's going to have to raise his game to handle the likes of Captain Serious and Migliore Rose. But horse does have success over the inner track, and I believe in that. I believe when horses run good on a particular surface, particularly the inner track, that usually translates to good things.
Bernick's Bank tomorrow. You excited about her?
Yeah, I really am. I'll be down in the paddock. I want to take a good look at her. I mean, she looks like a freak, and you know, we're always looking for the next great thing.
I had always liked her sire, Bank Heist. Cost $900,000. I looked it up today. Todd Pletcher trained him, and I remembered the name. I thought he was a half to Forest Danger, who commanded $900K, but he was a half to Midnight Loot. And he's by Maria's mom, Bank Heist. So you do have some quality pedigree there. Maybe he's just sired a freak in the form of Bernick's Bank.
Well, one thing about it, a good horse can come from anywhere, and she does have some pedigree to back it up. And certainly physically, she looks imposing from what I can see on TV. We'll see her in person tomorrow.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be part of the 2016 countdown. For now, though, we'll get and wrap up the show and say goodnight with the top 19 of 2015. And not only would September 27th mark the second Flower Bowl win for Stephanie's Kitten, it would also serve as a dress rehearsal for a coveted Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf win in her career finale.
Within 2 lengths of the lead. What's the chances in Regarde next? And America's at the back of the field. Danza Cavallo making her way to the top of the stretch. She's been in front all the way so far in the Flower Bowl, and she turns for home in front. And on the outside, Stephanie's Kitten coming to take her on now. Mutatus Mutandus is down on the inside. Curvy with work to do in fourth. Stephanie's Kitten confronts Danza Cavallo. And these two come by the 16th pole together. Stephanie's Kitten in front. Danza Cavallo battling her. But Stephanie's Kitten's got it. And Stephanie's Kitten has won the Flower Bowl. And then it was Danza Cavallo, Mutatus Mutandus, and What's the Chances?